What sports did you play?
Basketball, football, baseball. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, from 4th grade all the way till, high school. But then high school, you start fucking around and the grades weren't there. So I'd just be the guy on the bench watching the team, can't play in the games, but could practice, So
listen, I asked you off camera this too, but since I got you, when you started running with these guys and cripping, and you're in the neighborhood, did you squeak through the cracks as far as police surveillance and profiling was concerned?
Yes and no. Like I was telling, we have our own police force. We're not LAPD. We have Santa Monica. So they can really focus on us. So if I'm hanging out and serving or just hanging out, they're automatically gonna know who I am because I'm the only fucking white guy out there. So it's easier to go to LA and do some shit than out here. So, but I have slipped through the cracks before. The white privilege shit. If they round up a gang of black dudes, are you with them? No way. And I'm out. You know what I mean? And then they'll come back later like, yo, you're a cold motherfucker for leaving us out there like that. But I would have did the same shit, right? I mean,
Yeah, use it to your advantage.
Man. So
yes, when the police finally, when the Santa Monica police finally put it together that you were one of these guys, did they pull you to the side like, what the fuck is you doing?
No, I got cracked for attempted murder, and that's kind of when everything, it came out in the news and all kind of shit, and they put it out in the news. So that's kind of when they knew, I was really from the hood and shit. And I ended up beating the case, but after that, it wasn't the same for sure. They were more on us, watching and doing all that shit. But I also saw how they would do homies, and so I would stay by myself. I would stay away and kind of dip and dabble, I wouldn't just be in the mix like that. You got to be smarter. You can't.
Tell me about your studio. Your studio? You're like
it's my gym.
It's your
my
gym?
Yep.
You're doing the training and all that?
Yep. I teach in the mornings, and I have other teachers at night. And but yeah, it's my gym. I have a guy who's a Navy SEAL who comes and teaches kids classes for free for kids, and then he teaches an adult combatives class as well, like knives, guns, all that shit. Yeah.
How does the level system work in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Is it a belt system?
Yeah, it's a belt system. Kids is different. Kids different colored belts until you're 16, and then it goes to adult belts. But for adults, white, blue, purple, brown, and black. And then it's usually about a year or two in between each belt before you can progress to the next.
And how do they address you as far as teacher or instructor?
They just call me by my name. I don't want them to be calling me master and
yeah.
Like, I'm just a regular dude. I just happen to stick with it. I don't like when they call me that shit. Like, but some people will out of their own, like, hey, professor, or, if they have a question or something, they might be like, but I'd rather just call my name,
I don't know if he asked you, but are you born and raised in Santa Monica?
Yeah, born and raised Santa Monica. 5th generation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
They got different parts of Santa Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up in this Pico neighborhood?
No, I grew up in the back hood. I grew up in the back hood. Like, there's a front hood from 20th to the beach is the front hood, and then everything else behind that is a back hood.
That sounds like the 60s, my man.
Yeah, so I'm really from the back hood, but I always participate in the front. Like, if you tell them, then you're like, nah, you're from the front hood, but I'm from the back hood. Yeah.
I never heard another hood break it down like that. What streets are the back hood?
Back hood is like from 20th east, so 21st, Cloverfield, 23rd, and then it gets into like a little bit more north. It gets into college, Yale, Harvard, Berkeley. So I lived on Berkeley, which is like the borderline of Centinela, like West LA, and Santa Monica.
Almost pushing towards the hotels.
Oh, right there, yeah.
What's the original boundaries of the Grave Yard Crip? When you started it and the experience was peak, what was the borders?
Shit, we went from, like you say, the back hood, like from, you say, what's that, Gentrification?
Yeah,
from, just say
Centinela to like Lincoln?
Yeah, Centinela to Lincoln.
And then Pico to Olympia?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
once you go past this airport, you just go right over on the other side of the airport. You're in Venice.
Yeah,
You know,
and this is all $1 million homes.
Right.
All right here is all $1 million homes. You know, so anything south of Pico is $1 million homes. Anything north of Wilshire is $1 million homes. Multi-million, $20 million homes.
Damn.
You know,
Right.
so
Brentwood,
we're right in the middle. You know, and like the poverty level in Santa Monica is just as low, if not lower, than Watts, Compton, South Central. But you wouldn't expect that because you see all the white people and all the $1 million homes and all that shit. You know, so.
But I'm sure the property in the Pico neighborhood, if I want to buy an apartment or
$1 million.
a house there, $1 million.
For sure, rich as fuck. But they'll take that Section 8. You know, they'll take that government money. A landowner is going to take whatever money they can, especially if it's government money, because it's guaranteed. They're going to cut you that check. You know?
Hey, gentrification hasn't hit no black area like it's hit Santa Monica. Not like that, bro. $1 million? Multi-million dollars?
Look, Santa Monica has strong black history.
Yeah.
From early 1900s. Like, they got Belmar Park over here that has signs of all the black businesses, the first black church in Santa Monica, all that shit. The black community is very rich in Santa Monica.
Do you know where your 5 generations of people migrated from?
Yeah, so this is my mother's side. So my grandfather's mother's people came from Mexico, right? Because my grandfather's not my real grandfather, right? He married my grandma when she was pregnant with my mother. So, but he raised us like, you know, we didn't know no different. His mother came from out here. They came from Mexico, and then she was born and raised here. He was born and raised here. My mom born and raised here. I was born and raised here. My children born and raised here, right in the house. My children were born in my house, not in the hospital, right in the house, right in Santa Monica. Yeah.
So you're a property owner?
I don't. Fuck no. Nope. Rent.
So you can get pushed out too, just like anybody else.
Just like anybody else. The only difference is I'm not fucking bitch. I work hard to make sure I stay here. I'm not gonna complain and be like, oh, it's too expensive. No, you just work hard. You know.
What's the rent? If I want to rent an apartment in Santa Monica, what am I paying?
What? How many bedrooms?
One bedroom for me.
1,800 to 2,500.
Depending on what side of Wilshire or the freeway.
Even more than that way, for sure. Yeah. I got lucky. I know somebody. I got a friend who owned property, and he was like, "Bro, come take this." So I got lucky. I live in a 2-bedroom, washer dryer. I got parking, 1,400 a month. I'm straight. They're never gonna get me to go.
This your little homeboy, huh?
Yeah, I love you. Like good food, yo.
So have you seen Ghost from 9-0 get down?
Nah, just like YouTube shit. You know, I always heard though. You know, I've always heard about the guy. But I never got to meet him personally. You know, but that would have been amazing. I would love that. Yeah, big space Ghost from 9-0 neighborhood crip. Man, I used to love that shit. Bro. You know? Oh, you fight very well. Like, my God, he was just so charismatic. And, like, how could you not want to be a gang member after seeing that shit? And then the Monster Cody book, too, had a serious effect on me, too. Like, God damn, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Like, man, that... Yeah, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, Monster Cody, man. Yeah, I talked to him one time, my homie Snow, another white boy from Watts, 7th Street Watts. Yeah, Snowman. He's a little too, but he did a lot of penitentiary time, and he was in there with Monster, and one time we were home, and he called, and Monster was like, oh, Snow's want to let me talk to him, holler. And he gave me the phone.
He's a straight white boy from Watts?
Straight Loke from Watts. Like, Loke from Watts. Used to have the long hair. Anybody from Watts knows Snow. There's no question about it. Snowman from 117th and Croces, for sure. Yeah, they know him. Yeah.
How many other white Crips or Bloods have you came across on your tour?
I done came across a couple. Like, I done ran into a dude from Harlem before. I don't remember his name.
No, Kiki Loco, he's an albino, man. He's not white.
No, white dude. Straight up white dude. I can't remember his name though. And then, you know, other little younger ones and shit, but I never really got along with other white dudes because I feel like it's not authentic. You know, they try too hard. You know, like you say, you might have to have a certain level of violence if you're a black dude from a Mexican gang or something like that. I never felt like I had to prove anything to anybody. You know, I got put in a situation just because I was hanging out with blacks, you know, and so I felt like I'm gonna stand up for myself. These are my friends. It wasn't about no gang shit. These are my friends, you know. They're gonna try to hurt my friends. I'm not with that shit.
Are you familiar with the white dude from Compton, Goldie, from Park Village?
Oh, he killed all them people on that crazy shit? Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, that crazy shit. Like, bro, you didn't have to do all that. You could have did some other shit, you know? Yeah, no, honestly, I felt like I wanted to be from the hood to do something different for our community. Not for the violence or not, you know, I wanted to do something different. We have so many good homies out here with so much potential and talent. Like, we can't waste it out here in the streets, you know? But that doesn't mean I'm gonna back down from a confrontation or whatever has to happen.
This question is to both of you guys. Where do you guys see Grave Yard in the next 5 or 10 years? Is it around? Are you guys the last generation?
I'm gonna let you answer that first.
Do we still got a Grave Yard Crips in Santa Monica in 5 or 10 years?
No.
That's the way he's going. No.
No way.
No way.
Not a chance. Not a chance. They push us out on rent. You know, a lot of motherfuckers, it's just easier to go to LA. You know? So I don't think so. Honestly, I really don't.
No.
There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide out here. We don't have family out here that we could just go.
It's fading now, though. You
Yeah.
know, just a few is just like in vogue, trying to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot of them is, you know.
It's very sad, but it's true.
You know, nowadays you got these youngsters running around hollering this and hollering that, but don't know their history, though. You know what I'm saying?
No respect either. They don't have respect. Nobody's ever whooped their ass, spanked them, done no shit like that, you know? So, and they're not out here, can't afford it. You know? Can't afford rent. How you gonna live out here and can't afford rent? You know? It's tough, man. And then the police, they're coming. They're coming. They're gonna gun for us first before they gun for anybody else. Most of the police in Santa Monica are Latino. So what the fuck you think's gonna happen? They're coming for us. Yeah. Nah, they wear the hair. You know, they wear the hair. You know, essays now are baldies.
Well, in South LA, the bald ones,
Sheriffs.
You gotta watch the baldies
Oh,
out
yeah,
there,
for sure.
yeah. Yup.
Asian or Mexican.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, they're gonna drive you out. They want the prices to go up. They want the tourism. You know, they want to get the money.
That's like in the hood. That hood, Santa Monica been right there in the 80s, right there on 20th. That motherfucker been where you could come and you could, what's it, EBT or to give you credit. Man, that dude come over, Indian dude took over. He don't do none of that.
Mm-hmm. They want that money. They want the cash.
Sitting reminiscing about